Hey out there, guys. Welcome to our third week. So, just to recap the course so far, I now have your first week graded. That's the discussion forum, the responses to the George Orwell and Bonnie Smith Yackle reading pieces, and the 1101 reader, My Mother Never Worked, and Shooting an Elephant, and also the narrative pieces for the SEC chapters, or chapter, I should say, 3.1. Make sure you're following the instructions clearly, guys, and separate out your answers to your exercises. Some people kind of wrote an essay for the exercise, which could be a good thing because basically you had already written a chunk of, if not most of your essay for the narrative that is now in the submission as of you all seeing this. But just make sure you separate out, like exercise 2, colon, write your plot summary in that case, and then it asks you to do a show development with transitions, adding another paragraph or so. So this next one for description, we're moving on to our next mode of discourse. Papers, your narratives will come back within 2 weeks. You guys have just turned those in. Hopefully you have adhered to the paper format. That's why the paper format is there. 12-point Times New Roman. I asked you guys to keep that in mind with the last video and the student examples as well at each mode of discourse in the SEC exercises. If you scroll to the bottom, you'll see the student examples. Those will give you the right format. It's 12-point Times New Roman, double spaced. Those are the basics. As long as you guys followed that, the formatting guidelines, you should be okay on that rubric criterion. Now we're moving on to description. Exercises 4 and 5, okay, in SEC 3.2. Make sure you follow the directions very carefully. I'm actually going to go to SEC right now and just make sure that we understand, because this one tends to trip some students up because of the way that the instructions are worded. It's a little ambiguous. All right, so 3.2, 4, and 5. All right, describe the following 5 items in a short paragraph. Use at least 3 of the 5 senses for each description. So a descriptive essay, we're worried about making our subject come to life with vivid descriptive words, adjectives, imagery. Imagery appeals to the 5 senses: taste, touch, smell, hearing, did I forget one? Sight. I always forget one when I go through the inventory of the 5 senses. In any case, here are the things you were given: night, beach, city, dinner, and stranger. Now you have to take those 5 and incorporate them in a single paragraph, okay? So you're not writing 5 paragraphs, okay? You're taking those 5 topics, subjects, and incorporating them in an entire paragraph. Okay, just follow the directions, all right? After exercise 4, you're given a description on the structure of a descriptive essay, how you organize a descriptive essay. So I would read those 2 paragraphs very carefully, because that's going to help you with your descriptive essay that you'll write at the end of next week, week 4. So there is exercise 5 underneath those 2 paragraphs on a separate sheet of paper. Document, Word document in that case. Choose an organizing strategy. So that's what it talks about in the paragraphs there, an organizing strategy. So let's say you're describing your house. An organizing strategy, meaning how are you going to structure your paragraphs in your paper? You might first start talking about the outside of the house, the door, then the hallway, the foyer, the kitchen. Then you might go to the upstairs, the bathrooms, the bedrooms, okay? So it asks you to choose an organizing strategy and then execute it in a short paragraph for 3 of the following 6 items. So exercise 5, you're writing another single paragraph, but you're just picking 3 from the items listed. The items listed being train station, your office, your car, a coffee shop, lobby of a movie theater, or a mystery option, okay? And what you're doing is you're picking an organizing strategy. So, for example, I left my office. It is just outside of the gray drab train station. I went to my car to retrieve my luggage. On the way there, I decided that I needed a pick-me-up, so I went to my favorite coffee shop and got myself a triple venti latte, blah, 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 however you want to say it. But you want to try to incorporate the three things that you pick and organize them in such a way where they're all connected in some sense. Okay. You could use transitions for that. Look at the transition list in 3.1 in narration. You have that chart for transitions. But just read the paragraphs in between exercises 4 and 5, and they deal all about what an organizing strategy is. So it's just those two exercises in 3.2. Okay. The other thing to do this week, we have 2 readings in our reader. I've actually provided you guys with a PDF of one of the readings because I think there's been some difficulty accessing this one. I think it asks you to like make a subscription or to the publication. But in any case, it's Once More to the Lake by E.B. White, and then Goodbye to My Twinkie Days by Bic Min Nguyen. So I have both of those in this week's announcement, and I have the discussion questions attached. Okay, when I say discussion questions, I don't mean a discussion forum. I just call them discussion questions. Okay, you'll see DQ2 attached to the assignment. Those are the questions you answer for those 2 readings: Goodbye to My Twinkie Days and Once More to the Lake. Okay, those are the 2 things to do that we have to do for class homework credit. There's also a new component to the course called a blog. Blogs are voluntary. You don't have to do them. If you do decide to do them, though, each blog you contribute to, there'll be about 3. I will add those as bonus points to your MLA research essay at the end of the term. Okay, so I recommend that you do the blog. It's going to be due Tuesday. All of our assignments are due the Tuesday of the next week. So in this case, the 29th. Tuesday the 29th. The blog is asking you to kind of reflect on your favorite reading from the first week. Okay, so either My Mother Never Worked or Shooting an Elephant. Okay, let me just pull up the blog here and make sure that I've got it right for you guys. Yeah, so the blog's going to be open today, the 23rd, Wednesday, through Tuesday, the 29th. Yeah, offer at least 2 paragraphs on your favorite and or least favorite reading from our 1101 reader for our narrative unit. Be specific and reference the texts as you see fit. So if you're going to get extra credit points, you need to make sure you're following directions and being thorough in your responses. Again, you don't have to do the blogs. I encourage you to. I'm going to participate, and I would like to talk with you guys as well. So that is what is going on. We have the reader readings, Goodbye to My Twinkie Days, and Once More to the Lake. Both of those are provided in the announcement as attachments. And then you have the SEC exercises, Chapter 3.2, exercises 4 and 5. And that's kind of practice for your descriptive essay, which we will crank out next week. Okay? So any questions, guys, let me know. Not everybody has been keeping up doing what they need to be doing. Just keep in mind, if you don't do something, it's a 0 in the grade book. It's no hard feelings. It's just, we got a thing to run here. We all got to do our part. And, just make sure you're doing what you need to be doing. If you have an issue, a problem, reach out to me. If you need an extension for whatever reason, let me know like the week of as best you can, because I'm really not too willing to go back and reopen things because it creates a lot of confusion and chaos, okay? Unless you have some extreme extenuating circumstance, all right? But let's keep the channels of communication open, and we can't go wrong if we do that, all right? All right, peace. Talk to you again in a couple weeks. Bye.